this is like we got Trump version 12.0. And honestly, I think Americans are sick of it. They see the results, they see the numbers, they see unemployment, they see job startups, they see every aspect of what my father campaigned on actually being enacted. They see the results of those successes, despite all of this craziness, despite the Mueller hoax, every hoax they can, now it's Ukraine, right? I mean, I've been talking about Ukraine for a year,
right.
and the corruption, and it was never even news. It never got any pickup. It never got anything until they could magically make it about Trump. And then all of a sudden, oh my God.
And if you had done that, if you had gone to Ukraine and your father had said, hey, get this investigator to stop, otherwise I'm not going to give you funding, how do you think the media would cover that?
How about if I was in Ukraine making $83,000 a month
right.
for a no-show job in a language I don't speak and a business I know nothing about?
Right.
I mean, I know that kids are off limits if you're a liberal, but you think they'd give me that same privilege?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, it was a big part of some of that I hit, in the book when I was writing it, because it was the hypocrisy of the media. It was what they tried to do to me. I mean, Hunter Biden at 50 is totally off limits. Barron Trump at 13 is not off limits. They can go after him.
Yeah, exactly.
Hunter Biden's off limits for taking $1.5 billion from the Chinese government. But if Donald Trump Jr. did that, what would happen?
Right.
Hunter Biden, you can't talk about that. You're a son of a rich man. Yes, I get that. I am. So is Hunter Biden. We've both done very well because of our fathers. I get it. The difference is we did that as capitalists. We did it as business people. Hunter Biden did it off of his father's taxpayer-funded office. And yet the media seems to conveniently forget that every single day. The false equivalency is truly sickening.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your dad is often seen as this multi-billionaire New York mogul, tough guy, which in many ways he is. Yeah. But a lot of Americans saw the fact that he has this family with his sons and his daughters that he loves. And I think that really attracted people to him because he has this great family.
I think he had the best of both worlds. I mean, he had the business chops, sort of that toughness, but then you do see that other side of him. I mean, but that wasn't just even through family. That was through, life experience. I mean, that he was a great builder because he spent time on construction sites. They're like, well, how does this billionaire relate to regular people? It's, well, he's been dealing with regular people his whole life.
Right.
Construction teams, workers, he would go speak to them. He would listen to them. And then he'd make up his own mind. But he wasn't just getting guided by people in some glass tower somewhere. He'd get down on the ground, on a job site, listen to hardworking people who see it with their own eyes every day. This is how you could do it better, Donald. This is, if you did this, you could create some efficiency here. You could save money by doing this. You could build it better by doing X, Y, Z. And so he's had that relationship and that back and forth for decades. It was nothing new for him to do.
And you have these 5 beautiful children.
Yes.
How do you deal with giving them that life where you're attacked, you get death threats, you get fake anthrax?
Yeah, no, I mean, that was the other aspect of sort of the outrage of last week. Like, Donald, you endangering the CIA guy's life by, I'm like, literally, like, it's been out there. Like, I don't know, this is nothing new, but I'm endangering his life. It's front page everywhere for the whole day. When, an exploding envelope of white powder substance sent, my wife at the time and literally a federal agent to the hospital for a day, not knowing what it is, going through tests, not knowing for days. It's no big deal. It's it's just a Trump. It's just a conservative. It doesn't really matter. And it's that sort of tacit complicity, almost acceptance that it doesn't matter about them. It's sort of the same mentality as you had with they're the deplorables, they're the irredeemables. It's almost like the next step would be they're the disposables. No, but that's honestly. But I mean, if that stuff happened in the prior administration, okay, if one of the Obama daughters, God forbid, got something like that, it would drive the news cycle for years. Okay, I mean, it would literally alter elections. When it happens to a Trump, it's a little different, right? Just like what happened to my brother in restaurants, getting attacked. It's a double standard, and it's truly sick.